Recording in progress.
Welcome
Welcome
to week number
14.
14.
Wow.
How are we 14 weeks in?
It's
It's wild.
Feeling good though.
Are you?
Yeah. A little tired.
Yeah, today was hard to get out of bed.
Yeah.
Mondays. Am I right?
Mondays. But that's okay.
Yeah. But
Build
we're here.
on it.
We're here.
Mm-hmm.
So tell the people all the things this week.
This week has been very restful.
It's been great.
Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. We have been still. We've been, well,
Yes and no.
yes and no. We've just been really enjoying each other's company, and just relaxing and really trying to take in this time that we have here in Colorado of just like nothing going on.
Yeah, we're trying not to like add things to our plate because we're really good at that.
Yes.
We're, to be like, oh, we have a down week. Let's go do this and let's go see that and let's go do this and let's go do that. And it's like, no, we just have to chill. Although I did purge my entire closet and posted on Poshmark.
That was this week.
So
Yeah.
I don't know if necessarily I am good at sitting still.
But I think that
So
was good for you because I
yeah.
think it was like something that wasn't work that you enjoy doing. You enjoy organizing. You enjoy like
I enjoy getting rid of
and
things.
so I even saw the joy in your face like when you were doing it. Like, I went and worked from the coffee shop and you hung out here and just did your thing. And I think those things are important. They're hard to find. It's hard to find those things when you're on the road living in an RV. And so you got to be creative, and you did a great job.
It just feels good to like downsize and get rid of things
Mhm.
and and to just like really minimize, even though obviously we live in an RV and we're already minimized, but
Yeah.
it's like that spring cleaning that just feels so good to do. We also did a full clean of the RV yesterday, scrubbed everything.
Feels
And it
good.
just, it feels so much better in here already. Things aren't as cluttered, things have a space, we're not a very cluttered people as it is, but to scrub everything, to clean everything just feels so good. There's something about spring cleaning and decluttering, getting rid of things, cleaning that just has like a renewal sense to it. So that's been great. Taking the time to do that now. I think, you come into seasons like January, February, March for our business was like insane. I don't think I stopped at all. I don't think I had a day off. Now we're kind of slowing out a little bit, so I have the time and flexibility to do those things, which has been awesome. To really like, okay, this is the season we're in. It's like you take the seasons for what they are instead of being like, oh no, business is kind of slowing down and like let's like do a million things and add things to our plate. It's like, no, we're just gonna take this season for what it is and this month for what it is. And I just even remember last year, the same month in April, I did like a full month of prayer and fasting because again, we were slow. And so, the interesting thing with the business is that we do run in seasons. Like, January, February, March are like so busy. April starts to slow down a little bit. And then summer, we're actually quite slow just because people are out and about, they're doing things. So we don't have a ton going on in summer, but then fall picks up like crazy. And so it's interesting to now have been in it for a couple years to see the flow of it and to really take it for what it is instead of getting all upset that, business is slowing down. It's like, well, no. Now I got to catch up on things, outside of work that maybe I didn't get to the last 3 months or do things for me, do things that, are restful. And so we've had a lot of like game nights and movie nights and that's been really sweet and just really nice. And I kick his butt every time and it's great.
Oh my gosh. I don't know how I'm still playing. That's because I love her. But literally, when she says she kicks my butt, I swear I probably have one, maybe 2 times in the last like 15 times we played.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I mean, I feel like it runs in my family too. Like, my mom, my brother, they always beat me. So maybe it's just me. I don't know.
I don't know.
But there are some fun games. So if you are looking for a fun game to play, do you want to tell them the two?
Yeah, so we started off playing Yahtzee, and we got hooked on Yahtzee when we were in your hometown
Yep.
because your mom wanted to play.
Yeah.
And then I just kept winning, and it was great, and so I loved it. I like to win, you know? And then so we first bought that game for the RV,
Mhm.
and we played that all the time.
All the
And
time.
then we went to the store and we bought Farkle.
Mhm.
And so we started playing Farkle and really
Because you had
enjoyed
never
that.
played that.
I'd never played it.
Yeah.
And then when we were in Aspen, we found some games at the lodge we were at, and we started playing Skip Bow, and we loved that.
Skip
It's
Bow.
so fun. And then and a game I loved that I always played when I was in Baltimore with the girls there is Sky Joe. And so we bought Sky Joe.
Thinking
And
about it.
it's so good. And so yeah, we've been playing, get a little competitive, but it's all in good fun. So yeah, I think we're at a point where we're ready to leave Colorado, which is
Yeah.
a nice feeling. Like I think before it's always been like oh man, we're leaving already.
Yeah.
But I think this time it's like we're ready to leave Colorado
Mhm.
and head somewhere new, get some new scenery.
Yep.
I mean, it's been great being here. The mountains are awesome.
Mhm.
But I think it's just one of those things that like living in RV parks, it's like not all RV parks are the same. And
Yeah.
some you want to live in forever and some you do not. And so yeah, we would like to leave. So we're actually leaving next week on Sunday, or this week on Sunday.
Yep. This week, Sunday.
And we're heading to Albuquerque, New Mexico, which will be awesome
Mhm.
for just a couple days, and then we head to Phoenix. So we have an event coming up in Phoenix, which is
Yeah.
fun. So check that out if you're in the Phoenix area. What else? Yeah,
We had
check my closet out if you want to
Oh,
buy any of my
yeah.
clothes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's interesting because I always like downsized and purged, and I like love doing that. It just feels so good to like not have a ton of stuff that you don't wear or use. But in Canada, we don't have anything like Poshmark. And so it's cool here that you don't just have to like give your clothes away, but you can actually sell them, because I am the type of person, I take really good care of my stuff, and
Mhm.
some of it brand new with tags on, just never wore it. And so yeah, it feels good to spring clean and downsize.
Yeah. And we still have room like that. I think that's the wildest part about this whole thing is like we have cupboard space in this RV that we are not using.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, there's places like even yesterday, Michelle's like, "Hey, can you put this summer camp stuff underneath where all the other summer camp stuff is?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." I went under there and there's room.
Yeah,
Like we have,
if we didn't have summer camp stuff, and once all my stuff sells,
yeah.
we'll have so much
I
room.
mean, we could put a bed underneath. Well, not really, but you could lay underneath our RV in
Yeah.
storage.
So interesting. So yeah, and as we're, talking about next steps after the tour too, like, we plan to sort of live in this until we sell it,
Mhm.
and then we'll probably be mobile for a little bit. So we'll need everything to be able to fit in the vehicle, which I mean, just it will,
Yeah.
we'll sell it as is with all the furniture and stuff in here and
Yeah.
kitchen stuff and whatnot. So yeah, I think that's really cool to know that we just don't have a lot and we can go anywhere and do
Mhm.
anything, and we use everything that we have, which is great.
Yes. I think
Um
you did a great job about that. Is like taking what we really loved in our home and then buying miniature things of that, like a rice cooker or an air fryer or a crock pot, like things like that. And then like we haven't once been like, oh shoot, we need that, or oh
yeah.
shoot, like you did such a great job at that. And I think you can always think you need more things, but you really don't.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's been good. We had two events this week.
Yeah.
We had a Colorado Springs meetup at a place called Ivy Wild School, which is a really cool place. If you're
What?
in Colorado Springs, check
Yeah,
it out.
check it out.
It's like a school, but there's like a bunch of restaurants, and there's like a brewery and a cocktail bar and little like gift shop, and but it's an old school that they have turned into this. So it was really cool. Met up, with some incredible ladies.
Yeah.
That just had such a heart for community, for being there. And that was awesome. We have an event in Denver this Saturday. We're doing a hike and a lunch, which is awesome. And we had our online event last night, which was so good. Yeah, I just love our leaders team who just took care of all the people in the breakout rooms. Well, we did all the tech things, and but it was awesome to it's just awesome to gather with like-minded people with similar morals and values. So yeah, we're excited about all that's to come. We're feeling more refreshed, which feels great.
Yeah.
And it's been awesome. Working still with that business coach I talked to you about, who's a good friend of mine, and that's been going really awesome. He's just so knowledgeable about things that I didn't know. So really walking me through that, making me do homework every week, which is great. And so I have to get to that today. And still working with the health coach, have about 2 more weeks of that. Well, about 8 more weeks of that, but 2 more weeks of the really hard part.
Yeah.
And then it eases up a bit, which is nice. So yeah, just feeling grateful for it all, and grateful that it is a slower season, so I can do all those things and not feel like I'm falling behind any one particular area of the business. So yeah. Anything else?
The only thing I was gonna say is I think it's really cool to see the vulnerability that people have when they come to these meetups. You know, like I think that could be really hard. Like a couple of them are like, "Oh, I heard from a friend," or "I heard on Eventbrite," or and it's like they don't know anything about the Christian Singles Hub, and then they show up, and it's like you just get to hear their story. Like we went around and just everyone introduced themselves, and I think everybody took about probably 7 to 10 minutes just sharing their story. And there was some tears, and there was laughter, and there was all the things, but people are just vulnerable. And it reminds me that, like what you said in the beginning, is people are looking for community. And like every time, it's wild. Like every time we get together, somebody knows somebody's somebody. Like it's literally every time. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool. And that's how connections are formed. Like, oh, this person, pretty soon they're all meeting up, hanging out. And so yeah, I think it's really really cool to see that. And yeah, we're excited to move on from here.
Excited for some nice warm weather.
Oh yeah, nice warm weather. That sounds fantastic. But yeah, I think it's really refreshing when your body can tell you, like I told Michelle, I'm like, I think I'm ready to leave. I'm ready to, hook up and go. And like she said, I don't think we've said that ever.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, and I guess that's it.
Yeah, we had a pretty chill week.
It's funny, I have to post photos today, and I think I have like 2 instead of 10. Usually I have like 20, and I have to narrow them down. We didn't take any pictures this week because we didn't really do anything.
Yeah.
Which was awesome.
That's good. We're learning.
So needed. So hope you guys enjoyed today's update.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.